In the name of the Almighty, the most merciful, the most compassionate. Ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to all of you and welcome to day 3 of the Business Conclave 2019, a part of Come On Kerala. A series of programs and sessions lined up this morning. The first session on stage, the speaker is a very proactive innovator and a seasoned presenter. She has proven her expertise from being a TV anchor to a creative program producer to a brand consultant and much more. A postgraduate holder from Indian Institute of Management, Kozhikode, she has been involved in major projects with the government of Kerala and has been a recipient for several prestigious awards. Currently an entrepreneur based out of India and in Dubai, Business Conclave 2019 is proud to invite the Chief Executive Officer of MBO Advertising, Ms. Sumitha Sudhakar, on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Ms. Sumitha Sudhakar on stage. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So I'm sure that for last 2 days, you have been listening to more inspirational stories, expert opinions, questions, answers, right? So the last day, I'd like to start with a simple question. Don't worry, you are quite used to hear this question. I'm so happy to see the women here, that is the first thing. So my question is simple. How are you? Or rather, how was your day today? ഇന്ന് നിങ്ങളുടെ ദിവസം എങ്ങനെയാണ്? Right? I can see the smiles on the face, right? പക്ഷേ ഈ ചോദ്യം നിങ്ങൾ ഒരുപാട് തവണ മിക്ക ദിവസങ്ങളും കേൾക്കുന്നതാണ്. And you have a very ready-made answers, right? One is that I'm okay, day is good, or rather bad, hectic. പക്ഷെ എപ്പോഴെങ്കിലും ഒരു ദിവസം ഈ ചോദ്യത്തിന് ഉത്തരം കൊടുക്കുമ്പോൾ നിങ്ങളൊന്ന് ആലോചിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടോ? ഈ ഉത്തരം പറയുന്നതിന് മുൻപ് I am happy, or rather I determined to be happy. അങ്ങനെ ഒരു ഉത്തരം നിങ്ങളുടെ മനസ്സിൽ നിങ്ങൾ തീരുമാനിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട് എന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ that is the empowerment for all the women here. Do you think the most happiest women are those who are married? എന്നാണോ വിചാരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? അതോ single women ആണെന്നാണോ? Because there is no responsibility, you can go out, you have all the freedom, no burdens of the kids, no burdens of the kitchen. അതോ those women who are in the career with a huge income, stable career, അങ്ങനത്തെവരാണ് ഹാപ്പി എന്നാണോ നിങ്ങൾ വിചാരിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്? ആണോ? അല്ല. അല്ല എന്നാണോ ഉത്തരം? No. The most happiest women in this world is those women who have chosen to love themselves truly, wholly. And those women who have left all the bitter past, tears, anger, frustrations, ഇതിനെയൊക്കെ മാറ്റി വെച്ചിട്ട് എന്നെ ഞാൻ എന്ന് സ്നേഹിക്കാൻ തുടങ്ങുന്നതോ അന്നാണ് we are the happiest women. We don't need any validation from anyone. And you are not going to write any exam, right? സ്കോർ കാർഡിൽ എപ്പോഴും എ ഗ്രേഡ് കിട്ടണമെന്നോ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഫുൾ മാർക്ക് കിട്ടണമെന്നോ വിചാരിക്കാൻ ഇതൊരു പരീക്ഷയൊന്നും അല്ലല്ലോ. കുടുംബവും ബിസിനസ്സും ഒക്കെ കൊണ്ടുപോവുക എന്നുള്ളത്. It is all about how happy, how well you can perform എന്നതിലാണ് കാര്യം. So I'm so happy to all those queens who are here and the wonderful kings who have supported these queens to be here early in the morning. So a warm good morning to all of you. Yes, I have been ഈ എഴുതി കണ്ടതുപോലെ മോട്ടിവേഷണൽ സ്പീക്കർ ആണോ എന്ന് എനിക്കറിയില്ല. പക്ഷേ I have been an entrepreneur for last 10 years, a decade. An entrepreneur for 10 years is something is not easy. When I decided to start my company called MBO, Media Box Office, it's an advertising, branding, creative company. I resigned from a very prestigious job of Times of India. So even my mother, my friends, my peers, everyone were very doubtful because they believed I was consistently inconsistent. So എല്ലാവരും സംശയത്തോടെ പറഞ്ഞു, സുമി നിനക്ക് പറ്റുന്ന പണിയാണോ എന്ന് അറിയില്ല, കാരണം you should have the perseverance for being an entrepreneur. But last 10 years, I have proved myself to be consistent in one thing, to be an entrepreneur. ഈ 10 വർഷത്തെ റോളർ കോസ്റ്റർ റൈഡിൽ there were quite few instances, happy, highs, ups and downs, emotionally low, and even when a point I decided to close my company and sit at home and do the journeys, travels which I love the most. പക്ഷേ ചില സമയത്ത് one instance I will share with you. I think almost all the women in this group can relate to that. ഒരു ദിവസം ഭയങ്കര ഇമ്പോർട്ടൻ്റ് ആയിട്ടുള്ള ഒരു മീറ്റിങ്ങിൽ ഇരിക്കുകയാണ്. We want to close the deal with a client. So my phone was ringing couple of times. Amma was calling. Amma calling. അപ്പോൾ ഒരു 5-6 കോൾ ആയപ്പം I understood that there is something important that I have to pick the call. Because I have a 1-year-old baby who is there at home. അപ്പം ഫോൺ എടുത്തിട്ട് മെല്ലെ ചോദിച്ചു, അമ്മ എന്താ കാര്യം എന്ന്. അപ്പം അമ്മ quite simple, her requirement was this: നീ വരുമ്പം 2 കവർ പാല് വാങ്ങിച്ചിട്ട് വരണം മോന്. Whether it is you are an entrepreneur, you are a CEO, you are anybody in this world, you are a mother, you are a wife, you are a responsible mother to your kid. So this is how a woman entrepreneur journey is all about. But the stats is always good, you know. The last year Mastercard Index announced UAE being 49th in their list as women entrepreneur, and 63 now millions of businesses have been started by women entrepreneurs, which has decreased the 5% of gender gap. And there are many individual and government companies which support both in monetary and in advisory for the women entrepreneurs. You may be knowing, I was speaking to one of my friends, Mr. Jamad Usman, and he was telling there were so many government activities, and he himself in his company called Emirates First, he is helping out to get the trade license, visas and etc. in 2 hours. Unbelievable. In India, it's I don't know how much time I have to go to the government offices and to reach out to the CA offices to get things done. But in 2 hours, it's amazing. So similarly, you have too many fund like Women Entrepreneurs Network, International Women's Group. There are a couple of companies and investment group who provide support. And one more thing I have always noticed is that the gender gap index shows that when you become a mother, your pay is decreased. Have you noticed that? Because your employer believes that you will not be the caregiver, or a mother won't be able to give more time for work. They can't travel long hours. They won't be able to prioritize their work. But please understand, there are a couple of platforms like She Works or Power to Fly. There are a couple of platforms where women can work from anywhere to any company and at any time. Only thing is that you should have that attitude. Only thing you should have that perseverance to achieve. And I believe, I always wonder, some of my colleagues or my friends who have started some ideas as an entrepreneur, they have a couple of good, exciting ideas for them. But somehow, ഒരു ആദ്യത്തെ 2-3 വർഷത്തിന് ശേഷം പലപ്പോഴും അത് താഴെ പോകാറാണ് പതിവ്. And they fail miserably. Have you thought വൈ ഇറ്റ് ഹാപ്പൻസ് അല്ലേ? ഇവിടെ ഇരിക്കുന്ന മിക്ക സ്ത്രീകളുടെ ഇടയിലും എനിക്കറിയാം, ഒന്നുകിൽ അവർ നല്ല കുക്കായിരിക്കാം, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അവർ നല്ല മേ ബി യു ആർ ഓൾ ഐദർ എന്താ പറയുക, യു ആർ പോസ്റ്റ് ഗ്രാജുവേഷൻ വരെ കഴിഞ്ഞ ആളുകളുണ്ടാവാം അല്ലേ? ബട്ട് വെൻ യു സിറ്റ് ബാക്ക് അറ്റ് ഹോം, കുറച്ച് കഴിഞ്ഞ് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ എവിടുന്നോ നമുക്കൊരു മടി പിടിച്ച് വരാൻ തുടങ്ങും അല്ലേ? പോട്ടെ, വേണ്ട, വിട്ട് കളയാം. നോ, ആ പോയിന്റ് ഇസ് സംതിങ് ഇസ് ഡിസൈഡിങ് യുവർ ഡെസ്റ്റിനി. You shouldn't do that. It's every day. As an entrepreneur, you have to motivate yourself. You cannot depend upon your boss who will come and say, okay, get me this work done. No, it's you who have to run for the business. It's you who have to be a CEO and you who have to be a peon in your company to make things happen in life. There are a couple of instances where beautiful ideas don't get into market, maybe because they lack a market study. And I believe you have to use technology. You have to update, upskill and uplearn on technology so that only you can come to this world. One more interesting thing, I was just looking into the brochure and I was seeing an Indo-Arab Women Award. And it was been given by Eastern Bhumika. I'd like to say a small story, since I can own Bhumika, because Bhumika is my concept. ഈ കോൺസെപ്റ്റ് എൻ്റെതാണെന്ന് പറയാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടല്ല ഞാനിത് പറഞ്ഞത്. അത് ചെയ്യാനുണ്ടായ ഒരു സാഹചര്യത്തിൻ്റെ കാര്യമാണ്. നമ്മുടെ ജീവിതത്തിൽ, ഓരോരുത്തരുടെയും ജീവിതത്തിൽ നമ്മളെ ഇൻസ്പയർ ചെയ്യുന്ന, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇവരെ പോലെ ആവണം എന്ന് പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ച കുറേ ആളുകളുണ്ടാവും, കുറേ സ്ത്രീകളുണ്ടാവും ഇല്ലേ? മേ ബി യുവർ മദർ, മേ ബി യുവർ സിസ്റ്റർ, മേ ബി യുവർ നെയ്ബർ, റൈറ്റ്? ഇവരൊന്നും അല്ലാതെ ചിലപ്പം നമ്മുടെ മെയ്ഡായിരിക്കാം. I completely owe, because I can see my maid with my small 3-year-old baby is taking care of my baby. I owe to him, I owe to her. Because avalillairunnu ennundengil I couldn't have been here to do the presentations. Because so we should be ready to give that respect to that person, the other woman in our life, right? Once I read a news in Cochin saying that a poor, economically very poor woman who works as some small private institution work ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു പെൺകുട്ടി ദിവസം രാവിലെ പോകുന്ന സമയത്ത് ഒരു ചെറിയ ലഞ്ച് ബോക്സ് she carries along with her. Why, you know? She wants to give to somebody who is starving at the streets. This was behind the concept of Bhumika. Usually on March 8th, International Women's Day, you see all the usual faces, big faces who have been successful women entrepreneur. അങ്ങനത്തെ ആളുകളെയാണ് നമ്മളെപ്പോഴും അവാർഡ് കൊടുത്തിട്ട് അംഗീകരിച്ചിട്ടുള്ളത്. പക്ഷേ there are unsung heroes like those women who works 24/7 and contribute a little to the society, right? Those women should be honored. അവരൊരിക്കലും സ്റ്റേജിൽ വന്നിട്ടില്ല, അവരൊരിക്കലും ഒന്നും കിട്ടുന്നു പ്രതീക്ഷിച്ചിട്ടുമല്ല. Even they may not be appreciated back at home. They may be struggling hard to do that small contribution to the society. And this wholly we generated into a concept called Bhumika. And we did it first time in Kerala, and then it was a national campaign, and finally Eastern was one of the sponsors. So this was the story for the Bhumika, where I could connect with more women who's more capable than me and who have taken all the effort. You know, we can't believe where they come from without any moral support, without any financial support. They were striving hard, but they always wear a smile on their face, which made them beautiful and happy. So that is all about empowerment from me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ms. Sumitha. Can we call upon the patron of Come On Kerala 2019, Mr. P.C. Moidu, on stage, sir? Ms. Sumitha, thank you very much for joining us on the Business Conclave 2019. We would like to present a token of appreciation for your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Ms. Sumitha Sudhakar.
Thank you.